How to panic like a pro. Turn anxiety into a weapon. Your anxiety isn't broken. You're just trying to fight a fire with more fire. Here's the thing. You've been at war with your own nervous system, and it's exhausting both of you. You think panic makes you weak, broken, or defective, but here's what no one tells you. Anxiety is your brain's fire alarm, and fire alarms aren't the enemy. They're information. Do you spiral when stress hits instead of using it as fuel? Do you shame yourself for feeling anxious instead of learning from what it's telling you? Do you think calm people never feel panic when actually they've just learned to work with it instead of against it? You've been lied to about what anxiety is and how to handle it. When you stop fighting your fire alarm and start listening to it, panic becomes your ally instead of your enemy. Today, we're turning your anxiety into your secret weapon by teaching you how to panic like a professional. We're covering 5 game changers. First, why panic is intelligence, not weakness. Second, why shame makes everything worse and acceptance makes everything possible. Third, the 3-minute reset that brings you back to baseline. Fourth, building your personal calm kit for when chaos strikes. And fifth, how to build mental muscle through daily discomfort training. 1. Panic isn't weakness. It's your brain yelling something's off. Here's something that might surprise you. Panic isn't a bug in your system. It's a feature. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, I've detected a potential threat and I'm mobilizing all resources to keep you alive. The problem isn't that you have the system. The problem is that you're treating it like it's broken when it's actually working exactly as designed. Your anxiety is a signal, not a defect. It's information about your environment, your stress levels, your unmet needs, or your unprocessed emotions. When you panic about an upcoming presentation, your brain is telling you this matters to you and you need to prepare. When you feel anxious about a relationship conversation, your nervous system is highlighting that connection and communication are important to your well-being. The issue isn't the alarm system. It's that modern life keeps setting off alarms that were designed for immediate physical threats, not for psychological or social challenges. Your brain can't tell the difference between a lion chasing you and your boss being disappointed in you. Both trigger the same fight or flight response. Judson Brewer, a neuroscientist and anxiety researcher, puts it perfectly. The more you fight anxiety, the more you feed it. When you treat anxiety like an enemy to be defeated, you create more stress, which triggers more anxiety, which creates more stress. You're essentially having anxiety about having anxiety. Instead of fighting the fire alarm, learn to interpret what it's telling you. Is it warning you about a real threat that needs attention? Is it responding to stress that needs to be addressed? Is it highlighting something important that you've been avoiding? Your panic has intelligence. You just need to learn its language. Think of anxiety like physical pain. Physical pain isn't your enemy. It's information that something needs attention. When you touch a hot stove, pain tells you to move your hand. When you feel anxious, your nervous system is telling you something needs attention too. 2. The worst thing you can do, shame yourself for feeling it. Time for some uncomfortable truth. Shaming yourself for having anxiety is like yelling at a smoke detector for doing its job. It doesn't make the alarm stop. It just adds noise to an already chaotic situation. Self-criticism during panic creates a secondary layer of suffering. You're not just dealing with the original anxiety. You're now dealing with about being anxious, shame about not being stronger, and frustration about not being able to just get over it. This turns a manageable emotional experience into an overwhelming spiral. Instead of fighting it, try this radical approach. Breathe, name it, write it. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's how you take control. When you accept that anxiety is happening without judgment, You stop wasting energy on resistance and can use that energy for actual coping. Breathing doesn't fix anxiety, but it gives your nervous system space to recalibrate. Name it by saying, "I'm feeling anxious right now." And that's okay. This simple acknowledgement reduces the power of the emotion because you're observing it instead of being consumed by it. Ride it means understanding that emotions are temporary. Anxiety has a natural cycle. It builds, peaks, and subsides. When you stop fighting the wave and start surfing it, you discover that you can handle much more than you thought you could. This isn't about becoming passive or resigned. This is about becoming strategic. You can't think clearly while you're in combat with your own nervous system. When you stop the internal war, you free up mental resources for actual problem solving. 3. Use the 3-minute reset. Ground, move, shift. When panic hits, you need a protocol that's faster than your spiral and stronger than your shame. Here's your 3-minute reset. Ground with your senses, move your body, shift your environment. Grounding with your senses interrupts the panic cycle by bringing you back to the present moment. Look around and identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This forces your brain to focus on immediate sensory input instead of catastrophic future scenarios. Moving your body burns off the stress chemicals flooding your system. Do jumping jacks, take a walk, shake your hands, stretch. Anything that reminds your nervous system that you're safe and mobile. Anxiety prepares your body for action, so give it some action to work with. Shifting your environment changes the context that might be contributing to your anxiety. Step outside, go to a different room, change your lighting, play different music. Sometimes a simple change of scenery is enough to interrupt a panic pattern and give you a fresh perspective. This protocol works because it addresses anxiety at multiple levels: cognitive, grounding, physical, movement, and environmental, shifting. You're not trying to eliminate anxiety. You're creating conditions that make it easier for your nervous system to regulate itself. Practice this when you're calm so it becomes automatic when you're not. The middle of a panic attack is not the time to learn new coping skills. Build the muscle memory during peaceful moments so you can access it during chaotic ones. 4. Physical tools for when chaos strikes. Keep a calm kit. Preparation is the difference between panicking helplessly and panicking professionally. Build a calm kit filled with physical tools you can access when your mental resources are compromised by stress. Ice is one of the most effective immediate interventions for panic. Hold ice cubes in your hands. Put an ice pack on your wrists or splash cold water on your face. Cold activates your vagus nerve, which signals your nervous system to calm down. It's fast, it's physical, and it works when thinking doesn't. Breathwork tools should be simple enough to remember when you're stressed. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Or try the physiological sigh. 2 inhales through your nose, 1 long exhale through your mouth. These patterns activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Have ready-made affirmations that counter your specific anxiety patterns. Not generic positive thinking, but statements that address what your anxiety is actually telling you. I can handle uncertainty. This feeling will pass. I am safe in this moment. Write them down and keep them accessible. Include sensory comfort items, essential oils, a soft blanket, noise-canceling headphones, or a fidget toy. These provide immediate comfort and give your hands something to do while your nervous system recalibrates. The key is having these tools ready before you need them. Anxiety compromises your ability to think creatively or remember coping strategies. When everything is prepared in advance, you can access help even when your brain is in crisis mode. 5. Build mental muscle daily. Train your nervous system for chaos. Here's what most people miss. Resilience isn't built during calm moments. It's built by deliberately exposing yourself to manageable discomfort so you can handle unmanageable stress when it arrives. Cold showers are mental training disguised as physical discomfort. When you stay calm while your body is screaming at you to escape the cold, you're training your nervous system to stay regulated under stress. You're proving to yourself that discomfort is temporary and manageable. Meditation isn't relaxation. It's strength training for your attention. Every time you notice your mind wandering and bring it back to your breath, you're building the muscle of mental control. This muscle is what you'll use to redirect your attention during anxiety instead of spiraling into worst-case scenarios. Seek out tiny discomforts throughout your day. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Have difficult conversations instead of avoiding them. Try new things that make you slightly nervous. Each small challenge raises your baseline tolerance for uncertainty and discomfort. The goal isn't to eliminate anxiety, it's to increase your capacity to function while anxious. Professional athletes, emergency responders, and performers all experience anxiety, but they've trained themselves to perform while feeling it. They've learned to use the energy of anxiety as fuel instead of letting it become paralysis. Consistency matters more than intensity. Daily exposure to small stressors builds more resilience than occasional exposure to large ones. Think of it like physical fitness. You get stronger through regular practice, not through sporadic extreme efforts. Okay, time for some tough love advice. You're not broken. You're just avoiding the work of learning your own wiring. Panic will keep running the show until you stop flinching and start listening. You think avoiding anxiety will make it go away, but avoidance actually makes it stronger. Every time you run from discomfort, you teach your nervous system that discomfort is dangerous. You want to feel calm, but you won't do the work of building calmness. You want anxiety to disappear, but you won't learn the skills to work with it. You want to feel in control, but you keep giving your power away to your emotions. Your anxiety isn't the problem. Your relationship with your anxiety is the problem. When you stop seeing it as evidence that something's wrong with you and start seeing it as information about what needs attention, everything changes. Stop waiting for anxiety to go away before you start living your life. Start living your life while learning to work with anxiety. Stop expecting to feel ready before you do hard things. Start doing hard things to build your capacity to feel ready. The strongest people aren't those who never feel anxious. They're those who feel anxious and do important things anyway. They've learned to surf the wave instead of being crushed by it. Here's your challenge for this week. Next time panic hits, don't run, pause. Name it, breathe it, move it, drill, say out loud, I'm feeling anxious. Take 5 deep breaths, move your body for 1 minute, then write it down. What triggered it? What did it feel like? How did the protocol help? Make this your blueprint for the next time, because there will be a next time. Calm isn't a gift you're born with. It's a damn skill you develop through practice. Start practicing today.